Supporting your child through their emotions can sometimes feel challenging, but having the right tools can make a world of difference. This guide will help you acknowledge and validate your child's feelings in various ways, ensuring they feel understood and supported. Let's explore some effective strategies. 1. Acknowledge feelings with words. Using words to acknowledge your child's feelings is one of the simplest yet most effective tools. For instance, if your child is upset because their favorite toy broke, you might say, "You really love that toy. It's so upsetting when something you care about breaks." This kind of response shows that you understand their sadness. Or if they're feeling frustrated because their homework is difficult, you could say, "It's really hard when the homework is so tricky. That must be frustrating." By identifying and naming their emotion, you validate their feelings and show that you're there to support them. The story of Sam and his broken rocket. There once was a little boy named Sam who loved rockets. He had a favorite toy rocket that he played with every day. It was red and blue, with shiny silver fins, and Sam imagined it could take him all the way to the stars. Every day after school, Sam would race home, grab his rocket, and spend hours flying it around his room, dreaming of distant galaxies. One day, after a particularly fun play session, Sam's rocket slipped out of his hands and crashed to the floor. The shiny silver fin broke off, and suddenly, the rocket didn't look so magical anymore. Sam's heart sank. He stared at the broken toy, feeling a mix of shock, sadness, and anger all at once. Armsheen. Tears welled up in his eyes, and he felt like his whole world had come crashing down. Sam's mom heard the noise and came into the room. She saw Sam standing there, his face crumpled in sadness, the broken rocket at his feet. She could see how much this toy meant to him, and how devastated he was that it had broken. Instead of quickly trying to fix the rocket or brushing off his tears, Sam's mum knelt down beside him. She gently picked up the broken piece and looked into Sam's tear-filled eyes. "Oh, Sam," she said softly, "you really loved this rocket, didn't you? It's so upsetting when something you care about breaks." Sam nodded, his tears beginning to fall. "It was my favorite," he whispered, his little voice trembling. "I know it was," his mum replied, pulling him into a comforting hug. "It's okay to be sad. It's hard when something important to us gets broken." By simply acknowledging Sam's feelings with her words, his mum did something powerful. She didn't try to fix the problem right away, nor did she tell Sam to stop crying or say that it wasn't a big deal. Instead, she validated his emotions, showing him that it was perfectly okay to feel sad and upset. As they sat there together, Sam felt a little better. He still wished his rocket wasn't broken, but knowing that his mum understood how he felt made a big difference. He felt supported, and after a few minutes, they started talking about how they could try to fix the rocket together, or maybe even look for a new one someday. The lesson for parents. This story of Sam and his broken rocket teaches us the importance of acknowledging our children's feelings with words. When children are upset, whether it's because their favorite toy has broken, they're frustrated with homework, or they've had a tough day at school, the simple act of naming and validating their emotions can have a profound impact. By saying something as straightforward as, "You really love that toy. It's so upsetting when something you care about breaks," you show your child that you understand their feelings and that it's okay to have those emotions. This not only helps them feel heard and supported, but also teaches them that their feelings are valid, which is crucial for their emotional development. So, next time your child is upset, remember Sam's story. Take a moment to pause, acknowledge their feelings with your words, and let them know that you're there to support them. It might seem like a small gesture, but it can make a world of difference in your child's emotional well-being and your relationship with them. By the way, please could you give us a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel for more insightful parenting tips. It's completely free, and you can always unsubscribe in the future. Let's continue. 2. Acknowledge feelings with writing. Writing can be a great way to help children process their emotions. If your child is disappointed that they can't visit the zoo today, you could suggest writing a plan for a future visit together. You might say, "I know you're sad we can't go to the zoo today. Let's write down all the animals you want to see when we do go." Similarly, If they're upset because they couldn't get the book they wanted from the library, you can write down a list of books to borrow next time. You could say, "You really wanted that book. Let's make a list of books to check out on our next visit." This not only acknowledges their feelings, but also turns it into a positive future activity. The story of Lily and the cancelled zoo. Trip Lily was a bright and curious little girl who loved animals more than anything. She had posters of lions, elephants, and penguins all over her room, and her favorite place in the world was the zoo. She loved visiting the different animals, learning about where they lived, and imagining what it would be like to be a zookeeper. One Saturday morning, Lily woke up extra early because today was the day her family was supposed to go to the zoo. She had been counting down the days all week, and she was so excited she could hardly sit still. She had her backpack ready with snacks and a notepad to jot down everything she saw. But as she was getting dressed, her mum came into her room with a concerned look on her face. "Lily, I've got some bad news," her mum said gently. "The weather today is really bad, and the zoo is closed because of the storm. We won't be able to go today." Lily's heart sank. She had been looking forward to this trip for so long. She felt the disappointment wash over her, and her eyes filled with tears. "But I wanted to see the giraffes," she cried. "I've been waiting all week." Her mum could see how disappointed Lily was, and she felt sad for her. But instead of just telling her they could go another time, she decided to help Lily process her feelings in a more constructive way. She sat down with Lily at the kitchen table and pulled out a piece of paper and a pen. "I know you're really sad we can't go to the zoo today," her mum said, putting her arm around Lily. "How about we write down all the animals you want to see when we do go? That way we can make sure we don't miss anything." Lily sniffled and wiped her eyes. "Okay," she said quietly, still feeling a bit down but curious about her mum's idea. Together, they started writing a list. "Let's see, you mentioned the giraffes," her mum began. "What else do you want to see?" "The lions," Lily said, starting to feel a little better. "And the penguins, and the elephants too." As they wrote down each animal, Lily's mood began to lift. She added notes about what she wanted to learn about each one, and even drew little pictures beside their names. Before long, they had a full plan for their future zoo trip, and Lily was feeling much more hopeful. By turning Lily's disappointment into an opportunity to plan something special, her mum not only acknowledged her feelings, but also gave her a way to channel her sadness into excitement for the future. Writing down the animals they would see helped Lily feel more in control and less upset about the change in plans. The lesson for parents. This story of Lily and her cancelled zoo trip highlights the importance of acknowledging your child's feelings through writing. When children face disappointments, such as a cancelled outing or an unmet expectation, it's natural for them to feel upset or frustrated. By helping them write down their thoughts, plans, or wishes, you offer them a way to process those emotions in a healthy way. Saying something like, "I know you're sad we can't go to the zoo today. Let's write down all the animals you want to see when we do go," does more than just acknowledge their feelings. It turns their disappointment into an opportunity for planning and anticipation, helping them focus on the positive future rather than the immediate letdown. Writing can be a powerful tool for helping children manage their emotions. It gives them a tangible way to express what they're feeling and encourages them to look forward to something new. So, the next time your child is disappointed, consider sitting down with them to write out their thoughts or plans. It's a simple yet effective way to show that you understand how they feel and to help them move through their emotions in a constructive way. 3. Acknowledge feelings with art allows children to express their emotions in a creative way, which can be especially helpful when they're struggling to find the right words. If your child is feeling anxious about an upcoming school project, you might say, "It looks like you're worried about this project," while drawing a picture of a person with a worried expression. Or you could hand them some paper and markers and encourage them to draw what's on their mind. For a child who is feeling jealous of their sibling's new toy, you could acknowledge their feelings by saying, "It seems like you're feeling a bit jealous," and suggest drawing the toy they wish they had. This gives them a way to express their feelings visually and can be a great conversation starter. The story of Max and the big school project. Max was a creative and imaginative boy who loved to draw. He would spend hours at his desk, sketching superheroes, animals, and all sorts of adventures. But when it came to school projects, Max often felt overwhelmed. The thought of getting everything just right made him anxious, and he wasn't sure where to start. One day, Max's teacher assigned a big project about the solar system. Max was excited at first. He loved space and planets, but as the deadline approached, he began to feel worried. There were so many planets to research, models to build, and facts to remember. The more he thought about it, the more anxious he became. Max's mum noticed that he was spending less time drawing and more time staring at his empty project board with a worried look on his face. She knew something was bothering him, so she decided to sit down with him at the kitchen table. "Max, it looks like you're worried about your school project," she said gently. Max nodded, his eyes fixed on the blank board. "There's just so much to do, Mum. What if I mess it up?" His mum smiled understandingly and reached for a piece of paper and some colored pencils. "I can see why you're feeling anxious. How about we draw it out together? We can start by sketching how you want your project to look." Max looked at the pencils, a bit hesitant at first, but then he took a deep breath and picked one up. Together they began to draw. Max sketched the sun in the center, with its bright rays reaching out across the page. His mum drew the Earth, showing how it orbits around the sun. As they added the other planets, Max's worry began to fade. He started to get excited about the project again, seeing it come to life on paper. "I think I want to make Jupiter really big, like this," he said, drawing the largest planet with bold, confident strokes. They spent the next hour filling the page with colorful planets, stars, and even a few comets. By the end, Max was smiling, feeling proud of their artwork and much more confident about his project. Through this creative process, Max was able to express his anxiety in a way that felt safe and fun. By acknowledging his feelings with art, his mum helped him turn his worries into something positive and tangible. The drawing not only served as a plan for his project, but also as a reminder that he could handle the task ahead. The lesson for parents. Max's story shows how powerful art can be in helping children express and manage their emotions. When children are struggling with feelings they can't quite put into words, whether it's anxiety about a school project, jealousy over a sibling's new toy, or any other complex emotion, art provides a creative outlet. When you say something like, "It looks like you're worried about this project," and then suggest drawing it out, you're giving your child a way to process their feelings visually. This can be especially helpful for children who may not yet have the vocabulary to fully express their emotions. Art allows children to externalize their feelings in a way that feels less intimidating than talking about them directly. It can also serve as a starting point for deeper conversations. For example, if a child is feeling jealous, you might say, "It seems like you're feeling a bit jealous," and encourage them to draw what they wish they had. This not only acknowledges their feelings, but also opens the door to discussing those feelings in a non-judgmental way. So the next time your child seems overwhelmed, anxious, or upset, consider bringing out some paper and markers. By encouraging them to express their emotions through art, you're providing them with a valuable tool for understanding and managing their feelings, all while showing that you're there to support them every step of the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you find our content helpful and informative. Your support helps us create more videos that make parenting and teaching a joy. For more information, visit us at purplebeeschildcare.com. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you enjoy every moment with your children.